What's up, everyone? It's DSP, and I wanted to talk a little bit today about the issues that are going on with the copyright infringement claims against my channel Darkside Phil, which is the reason why YouTube has suspended that account. I've been doing some research, and I've actually been seeing a lot of good discussion over the internet over the past couple of days regarding what is considered and isn't considered copyright protected, what is copyright infringement, and what is considered fair use of copyrighted materials. I've got a couple things here I actually want to go through. They're actually from a forum which I linked a little bit earlier today, but I linked a really bloated fucking link on a previous video from yesterday. So today I'm going to give you a nice clean link on this video and also in the description of the video, so you can go check out this thread of discussion on the Google forums if you'd like to. But in short, there was a thread started when my channel was deleted, and the question really is, is it legal to do video game playthroughs online? And what is the legality? What are the implications? So to start off, I think I want to read what someone said. His name was Government Answer, and he said, here, let's read it for you. Hello everyone, I have sad news regarding what happened to DSP. This is directly from the U.S. Copyright Office of the Library of Congress. I was mad like the rest of you when Phil's account was deleted, but seeing all of the conflicting answers here on the forums, I decided to have I had to have an ironclad answer, so I wrote to the U.S. Copyright Office. I asked this question. I had a question regarding copyright rules as applied to console and computer game content. Is it allowed for a person to make a video of himself or herself playing a video game, complete with live commentary from him or her, and then post it online for the enjoyment of others as long as he or she is not doing it for profit? Then he goes on to give an example. If I was playing Mass Effect 2, making a video of it, would it be legal? The response from this U.S. government copyright office was as follows. No, that is not allowed. Copyright is a form of protection provided by the laws of the United States, Title 17 U.S. Code, to the authors of original works of authorship, including literary, dramatic, musical, artistic, and certain other intellectual works. This protection is available to both published and unpublished works. Section 106 of the 1976 Copyright Act generally gives the owner of the copyright the exclusive right to do and to authorize to others to do the following. 1. To reproduce the copyrighted work. 2. To prepare derivative works based upon the copyrighted work. 3. To distribute copies of the copyrighted work to the public by sale and other transfer of ownership or by rental, lease, or lending. 4. To perform the copyrighted work publicly. Or 5. To display the copyrighted work publicly. What you would be doing would be in violation of number 5 and possibly number 4, which would subject you to copyright infringement. And so the guy ends and basically says, sorry guys, based on the U.S. government's reply, DSP's original account is gone for good. There's nothing we can do except ask lawmakers to change or repeal the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. So first of all, that was a good take on the subject, because he actually went straight to a government website and he asked, this government-run website what their take was on the whole situation. So that's one take, okay? Now, someone else actually went ahead, and his name was Faber Optime, or Faber Optime. I don't know how the fuck you're supposed to say it. But anyway, he has a lot of things that he says. He kind of backs up the government. He says, it kind of is copyright infringement what Phil does, even though it is entertaining. And what Phil could really do is he could try to obtain permission from these game companies to actually go ahead and do his playthroughs, because a lot of these game companies would want him to do it to show off their game, to give people an experience of what it's like, especially if he's saying positive things about the game. They might actually give him permission to do it. Okay, so that's a couple different interesting takes on the subject, but now here's my response, and I'm going to take this with a grain of salt, but this is from the research that I've done. Here's how I responded. I actually responded this morning. Although I do appreciate the thought and the work that has gone into this thread, and with all due respect, most of the arguments here are actually wrong, and here is why. My video game playthroughs have live commentary. This greatly differentiates my playthroughs from the vast majority of people who create these on the internet and elsewhere. U.S. law will protect my videos under fair use. Fair use states that a copyrighted work may be used for purposes of commentary, criticism, review, and/or parody. That is exactly what my videos are aiming to do. Give a live running commentary, a criticism, and a review of the subject matter, and of course there's a little bit of comedy thrown in here and there. The problem seems to be that fair use does not clearly define what is and isn't acceptable. If I were doing a 5-minute game review, I probably wouldn't be having any of these problems, and no one would be complaining because it's only 5 minutes of footage. but since my playthroughs are essentially feature-length commentaries on the actual content of the game publishers may think that I'm giving away too much of their work. However, the law, the bottom line is, does not define how much is too much. And therefore, at this present time, until the law is clearly elaborated on, any copyright claims against my playthroughs are false and have no legal merit, period. The supposed response from the U.S. government above holds no merit because the person that was requesting an answer did not explain the extent to which my playthroughs are reviews and commentary of the games, which would protect them under the fair use law. The fact that I make money, and oh, by the way, this is a little bit unrelated, so let me kind of explain what I'm talking about here. He made a comment that said, if Phil's going to try to cash in on these playthroughs, he has to get the permission from the company who makes the game. And someone actually countered that and said, Phil doesn't make money off his playthroughs, what are you talking about? It's not a partner channel, he doesn't, donations don't count as profit. That's a willing gift from someone just giving him money. And then he actually replied again and said, well, Phil has a partner channel, and the partner channel should be considered profit. Okay, so here's how I counter that argument. The fact that I make money off of my partner channel is completely unrelated to the issue at hand. The argument that the only reason that I make money off of that channel is because people that know me from another account, account where I'm doing these playthroughs, is flawed legally. Let's put it this way, a hypothetical. Let's say a crack dealer, okay, a hardcore crack dealer opens up a diner, and the diner is completely legit and legal. Well, if his customers are really, most of the people he deals crack to, and they just happen to come and buy food from his diner, does that mean that his entire diner is illegal? Absolutely not. That's preposterous. Even though I'm doing something on another channel on YouTube that might be suspect to possibly be a copyright infringing thing, just because people know me from that and go to a completely different channel, which has a completely different style of video, and happen to maybe click on some ads and I make some money off of a partner channel like that, it does not make that illegal. No, whatsoever. It's completely unrelated when it comes to the U.S. law. You can't hold that to any kind of an argument. So, alright, then my final statement, I basically say this, and this is the truth. I welcome someone to counter any of my points with legal precedent, but unfortunately in the entire 1.5 years that I've put videos up on YouTube, not one person has ever been able to give me a legitimate legal reason that anything that I've been doing is against the law. And I suspect nobody ever will, because at least from the research I've done, it's not against the law. So, right there, that's pretty much my feeling on the whole subject. If there was a legal court case that said, listen, you can't do this, when you do a playthrough of a game, it's too much, you're giving too much away of the game or something like that, then I could say, alright, I understand. But right now there is no legal precedent. There's no one saying that. And from reading, black and white, what's considered fair use, commentary, criticism, review, and parody, I'm at least doing 3 out of the 4 at all times during any of my video game playthroughs, and sometimes when I'm joking and doing things, that's considered a parody too. So sometimes I'm doing all 4 of the things that are covered under fair use law in the United States. So for these companies to be giving me copyright claims against what I'm doing is fucking preposterous. And the fact that YouTube entertains it and doesn't say, okay, that's fine, well, show me legal precedent, show me where it's written that this is illegal, is ridiculous. And keep in mind, no one here is saying these things are not copyrighted. Absolutely video games are copyrighted, and so for me to put footage up of a video game, it is a copyright issue. However, I'm using it within the realm of fair use in the United States. So until, again, someone shows me some kind of a legal ruling, a legal precedent, or in black and white in some law that it says you can only show 3 minutes of video game footage because anything more than 3 minutes is considered infringement because you're giving away too much, that's not defined in law, it's not any part of the law, and it's ridiculous that people are thinking that it is, and these companies think that they could just throw around these crazy copyright claims with absolutely no legality behind them. So that's my ruling, that's my feeling on the subject. Like I said, I'm going to put the thread on the video so you can check it out if you want. You can kind of see what other people are saying. So far, like I said, in the 2 years that I've been on YouTube, I have not seen one legal reason why I can't do what I do, and no one's been able to really say. Everyone just says, oh, it's copyright infringement, but no one can support why. when I say fair use and I give my case, I've never seen a legitimate counter to that. So I'm still waiting. Again, by the way, I'm still waiting to hear back from Ubisoft. I'm still waiting to hear back from YouTube. I haven't heard from either party, so I'm waiting for people to kind of get back to me. But I hope that this kind of brings the subject out to the forefront. I'm kind of glad that I didn't just run away when my channel got deleted, but that I'm kind of sticking up for my side of the argument, and this is now coming, you know, a popular issue. Hopefully people will, you know, make this video popular enough that other people outside of just the Dark Side Phil fans will see it, and everyone in the community will start to talk about this issue and maybe finally flesh it out, and we'll get an answer. So anyway, that's it. I know it's a lot of serious shit right there, but I wanted to talk about my side of the story, the way I see it from my perspective, and hopefully, you know, we'll get some more intelligent discussion on the matter. So I'm DSP. I'll let you know if I hear anything else from YouTube or Ubisoft, but for now, keep on, you know, plugging. Thank you for the support, and I hope that, you know, pretty soon we can get all this resolved.